Hello everybody, how are you? Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. I am Nicole for those of you who don't know me. And if you're returning, welcome back. It's lovely to see you again. So guys, it's been a hot minute since I posted a video. I went on vacation, if you've seen, did some messages by the ocean. We have not gone on vacation since before COVID, so I was way past due on taking a couple of days, and then I got back to work and life and my business, and it was just a really crazy week. So I apologize to you all for not getting back to you all sooner and getting some more messages out for you all, but we're back in the grind and the swing of things. So exciting news there as far as that goes. So if you guys are new to the channel, please, if you find this video resonates for you, hit that like button, subscribe button. Every time you get you'll get notifications as to when there's videos that are posted for you all. So that's very helpful to you, and it helps me and it helps the channel. So we appreciate that very much. So this is going to be a daily collective message, even though typically I'm not going to do these on the weekends, being that I was MIA for a little while. I feel like I owe you guys that. So I'm going to go ahead and do those, and then I'm going to start putting out the messages for September for all of the signs as well. And then who knows what we'll get into from that point forward, right? Like whatever I'm feeling called to do, and that's what we'll do. So, all right, let's get you guys some mantras. So this message is for anybody. If this resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Not every message is for you. I've asked my spirit guides, guardian angels. This is going to be for August 28th, Spirit. August 28th, Sunday, August 28th. Some of you guys might be waiting on something. I'm getting the Three of Wands in my my mind's eye, right? So let's see what happens, what comes up. So maybe traveling some distance, waiting on some news. Spirit, what does the collective need to know today? Hope you guys are doing well. I've missed getting to do this. It's been a little crazy for me. Spirit, what do we got? Message of healing. Hearing blocking abundance, blocking your abundance, so be careful. All right. Okay, so the card out for the mantra or healing message is that it couldn't have happened any other way, growing beyond guilt. So to me, and then I'm going to take this card over here, laying, everything is for me and not against me. Those to me sound like they really go together well, integrating the ego. Yeah, integrating the ego. Understand that if you've gone through something, to me, it's about learning something new, that there's no other way you could have learned through this experience other than for the way that it has happened for you. So many times I hear people say, why is this happening to me? And I'm always telling people, what is this teaching you? And to me, to understand that it couldn't have happened any other way, it didn't need to happen any other way, is very important. That everything is for you and it's not working against you, it's working for your higher good. When we step into a space of resistance, we tend to, cut ourselves off, self-sabotage, block things whenever we're in that space. So understand that the things that you may think are tied, you have them tied to an expectation, so you think that this is the way that it's got to be. Sometimes you need to let go and release that and just take things as they come and let them be what they need to be for you at that time. All right, let's see. Spirit, what does the collective need to know today? That ego is sticking out significantly to me. I feel like your guides are really asking you to connect with your intuition right now. And for some of you, it may be a battle of the ego and the intuitive mind, the spiritual side of what it is that you need to tap into. So you may be, even with that distance, maybe feel like it's a reach for you to get to that space right now. So let's see. Spirit, what does the collective need to know? 2 cards, please. 2 cards. Denial. Yeah. Understand, for me, some of you are not recognizing how the ego, and then you've got honesty. It's about being honest and real with yourself, with the underlying of letting go. So we've got denial and we've got honesty there, with letting go as the underlying energy to that. You know, I feel like I need to clarify. I feel like I need to clarify these already. You know, when we're stuck in the space of ego, we're denying ourselves the right gifts and opportunities that Spirit is trying to give us. So if you feel like things are being blocked or you're being challenged in some way, that things are beyond your reach, understand that it's a space, it's a time to let go. Again, potentially traveling, you may be leaving a situation, Queen of Wands energy. You may have a desire. Like, I feel like for some of you, you've got a nudge. There's like a nudge that is tugging at you internally, and it's almost being ignored because there's like, you have another idea of how an outcome is supposed to come to fruition for you. Sometimes the best thing that we can do is just get up and walk away. It's like, if I'm not getting served what I need to at the table, it's time to get up and disconnect from that energy. So this may be coming from another person where you're being breadcrumbed and bullshitted. And here's the thing, I feel like for a lot of you, like, you've got this clear sense. You very much got a clear sense of what is transpiring, why things are happening the way that they are, but you're choosing not to see it. It's like in the back of your mind, you know, you already have a full understanding as to what is going on around you and why things are happening, but it's a refusal to allow it to happen as it needs to happen. And it's time to get very honest with yourself. And I feel like there's moments where you are honest with yourself, and I feel like there's moments where you're sitting in that space of denial and going, I don't want to see this for what it is. You need to see it for what it is, because the sooner you let this go, the sooner you're going to release those blockages. And whenever you're fighting with that, need to control the situation, ego is standing in your way. You're allowing ego to take control of the situation. So, all right, let's clarify denial. Big messages today. It's been like I said, it's been a while, but whew, we just had the new moon. Hopefully you're manifesting good things. So get out of that space of denial so that you can transform energy for your highest good. Denied. This may be you know, got the Six of Cups, the Star. I'm going to take a look at these two, but I'm going to put them back. I don't care for the way they fell out of the deck there. Note made. We'll come back to those in a hot second. Spirit, one more card, please. One more card to clarify. Denial. This may be something that's made an attempt to come back around. You're toying with the idea of, again, you know, with denial, like wish fulfillment, like how beautiful could this be? Yeah, it could be fucking fantastic, but it could also burn you at the stake as well. So if it pertains to maybe a karmic person, you know, I feel like this is two-sided. So for some of you, this may be somebody trying to come back around, making you promises, making you, you know, or in the I really feel like this is more past oriented. Like somebody's come around, made you some promises, made you some offers. They've not stuck to what they said they were going to do, promised you all things glittery and gold, and it didn't really pan out. And then it's like you've acquired this idea and this expectation tied to this, expecting these things. But it's also sent you on a path of healing, and it's like, I'm hearing, how do I let that go? How do I leave that? How do I leave that behind? And that's really where you have to do the inner work and understand if it's not serving your highest good, there's a great need that you've got to step out of that denial space, very much stepping out of that space of denial, because what you're doing is you're hanging on to the past of something that did not serve your highest good, and you're blocking yourself from obtaining what's going to be beautiful for you in the long run because you're hanging on to that. So you're going into this, like you're taking what you've picked the fruits of your labor from this phase of your life, from this cycle of your life. Pardon me, it got wet. You've gotten some clarity around this, and it sent you into a space of healing, and now you're kind of in a space where you're trying to pick a path. But in order to pick that higher vibrational path, you've got to let go of the past and the expectation that was once upon tied to it, or the idea of it. Honesty, the devil. Let's see what else comes out. Spirits clarify. Honesty. A lot of passionate energy that may have surrounded this situation or this person that was in your life. You understand that this situation, you have the Two of Swords in reverse, Knight of Swords or upright, and then the King of Wands. When you're honest with yourself, you're understanding And you're getting clear about the toxicity, and it's taking action to rid yourself of that when you're letting go. I feel like you're very much stuck between choices at this time of deciding. And I'm going to tell you, I feel like this reading, even though it's collective, it could be for so many people and be not for so many people. I really feel like the majority of you are going to have a situation in your life right now that is making you question. And as we get ready to go into Mercury retrograde, it can send us into this place where we're not thinking clearly, where we're not doing things on a clear note, we're not seeing things for what they are, we're choosing not to see things for what they are. I don't care how much passion, how much desire, how much anything was there. If it's coming from an unhealthy place, it is not going to serve your highest good. You know, I see so many people so often as I sit here and do what I do, living for that sake of instant gratification, what's going to make it feel better, what's going to put the Band-Aid on in just that moment. But what is it going to do for you in the long run? It's probably going to create a tower moment in the long run. So you really have to ask yourself, is this worth it for me? Is it worth to make this investment to go back to something that I know is denying me of the right to pick me, to choose me, to do what's best for my highest good? All right, 2 cards, please, Spirit. We're at 11 minutes already. Holy moly. All right. 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra, Archangel Uriel. Again, a knowing, right? Connecting to, you need to connect to your intuition. You need to connect to the divine graces. You need to hear your intuition whenever it's being honest with you. Trusting that process. Listen, you know, here's the thing. This to me is very much, this could be family dynamic. This could be a relationship dynamic between you and your significant other, or who was 5-5. You got 5-5-5 here. There's changes coming. Again, this is on the side of denial. There are significant changes coming because this blocks you. It cuts you off. It's toxic. It holds you back, and you know this. You absolutely know that this is not going to serve you, again, in the long run. And that need to be honest, that 5-5-5 is, to me, that's like seeing the Tower card 10 times over. Like, change is coming. So whether, you know, the universe will give you these nudges, they will give you these hints, these moments of like, hey, do you see this? And when you choose to ignore what they're giving you, it is a matter of when till the universe is going to come in and it's going to flip your God blessed world upside down, and then you don't have control over how you're handling things or where you're going. You're losing all, you know, the whole ability of control entirely. So let's see, for honesty, Goddess of the Moon. Again, to me, this card is very much about trusting our intuition. She doesn't know where she's going. She doesn't know where that ball is going to go when she shoots off, but she's trusting that it's going to go right where it needs to be. You're standing in your strength. You're standing in your power. When you're following your intuition, you're just putting faith into all things that are to come. You're standing in your truth. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Balance this out. Listen, guys, another God blessed 5. And typically, again, I don't take this many cards, but the way they came out, I'm going to take these ones. The Thinking Woman, Door to Spirit, and Broken Heart. Yeah, leaving things behind that no longer serve us. You know, once we create an attachment to something, it is hard to let go. We're human beings, right? Like we join into life with friends and lovers and family, and we can't ever really imagine our life to be anywhere else but with that person. And when this change occurs and this reality of this awakening that comes into play where you're getting clear, to me, this lady is like the Queen of Swords again. She's gained a lot of knowledge. She's like a mix of the Empress and the Queen of Swords and all these other, areas of the original tarot deck. Door to Spirit, she's trusting. She's trusting what is guiding her. Even if it hurts like hell, she's going to trust it. Even if she doesn't understand, she doesn't know, she's going to trust it. She's going to go with whatever it is so that she can heal, right? Because, when we let go of things that, again, we've had that attachment to, it can be devastating to us because we've seen it so long just in one way. And now it's time to release that energy, to independently stand on your own. And you may feel very alone through this change, but understand that as long as you are within you, you are never ever alone at any given point. Let's see what, I just want to clarify the broken heart. Finding yourself very defensive of the heart space, There's that Three of Wands that I seen in the very beginning, right? There we go. Didn't even have it on the board and I seen it coming. You're waiting. Waiting. I don't know. For some of you, you may be waiting on news. You may be waiting on an offer of love. You may be waiting to try to gain more clarity. I want to say it's very, because I can really feel like this nervousness in my heart space. Understand that if you've got third parties involved in a situation, we don't have control over anything other than what, excuse me guys, sorry, so sorry about that guys. I had a call coming in, so I apologize. Anyhow, so, you know, when we need to heal the heart space. Where was I going with this? Spirit gave me something and then everything got all muffled. It's understanding that you have a different perspective. You do have this within you. The clarity, the following the intuition, the knowing that this past situation has not served you. And then you're guarding the heart space thinking that every situation moving forward will be the same. Do not rush yourself. And when you've got people, again, here we were, third party stuff, right? You don't have control over anything but you. If a person in your life is choosing to do things in a codependent, toxic way, it's not serving you, you feel it, you feel that nervousness is always an aching in there, it's time to let go. Trust that if something is meant to come back around in a better time and space, it will. It could be 10 years, it could be 20 years, it could be the day before you die. Who knows? Who knows when it comes back around, if it ever does. And if it's not in this lifetime, maybe it's the next. But there is a need, and like to sit there and wait, constantly wait for something to transform, for someone to come in and offer from a loving space. I'm hearing from Spirit, don't hold your breath. Because I feel like on the other side of this situation, they're not ready. They're not ready to give you what it is that you need. They're not ready to elevate. They're not ready to create this exchange of reciprocity in energy with you. And, you know, at that point, you really do need to let go. Like you've already gotten the message. You've gotten the message. The messenger has come in and said that this is done. And you will absolutely find the strength to see your way through it. But you have to trust in what your guides are giving you, what your intuition is telling you. And I feel like there may be a communication breakdown between you and your guides, between you and your spirit. The need to cleanse, the need to heal, the need to take time for quiet. You know, this is a very, Spirit's saying it's a very important time for some of you. And I really want you to acknowledge that and do with it what you need to do. Because there's a lot, yeah, you know, you got the Five of Cups, the Death card, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, well, let's start here. Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Cups, the Death card, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Put your love into something that, when you transform that sorrow, right, when you're changing that sorrow and you're not allowing that to break you down, you're not allowing the pain from the past to break you down and make you a prisoner of that situation, you will move forward in a more abundant space. But you've got to come out of that denial of what has happened, being accepted, you know, being in a space of acceptance for things as they are and why they are the way they are. And even if it doesn't make sense to you right now, in due time it will show its reasoning. One day you will understand. It may not be right now, but you, again, putting divine faith and trust into that it's working out just as it needs to. It's working out just as it should. So let it take shape, let it unfold for itself. Cards of advice. All right, cards of advice for collective spirit. Let's try this again. Card of advice for the collective today. Listening for truth. There's that honesty again that we've seen in the very beginning. Listening for truth. Pay attention. Pay attention to your guides. Pay attention to what's coming to you. Release the dark wound and let love live. Again, when we find the acceptance and the peace in the situations of the past, we give ourselves that permission to be that Queen of Cups, right? We begin, you know, with new love. We've transformed the pain. We're moving forward. We're stepping into something new. And, you know, you can give that cup to anybody and anything that you want to, and especially yourself. You know, I don't have divine counterparts here on the table. I've got a lot of pages of cups. It's a lot of pages of cups, yeah. A lot of cup energy on the table, Page of Cups being one of them. where you're reserving the heart space, and that's okay. And I know that this has kind of come up in the past here in the past couple of weeks too. But it's okay to be independent and stand into that energy of just loving yourself, nurturing yourself, and trusting that when the timing is right, the person who's going to take that cup and fill your cup up for you and help you, whether again it's family, love, whatever it might be, let it happen. You know, to me, someone has really shown you who they are. To the core of their being, they have shown you. And it's like, gosh, I wish this was different, or it could be different. Let the past go. Make new wishes, make new manifestations. Let the old, because it feels like whatever the situation was in the past was extremely tiring, very worn down, very just, some of you may have lost a significant amount of weight with stress, failed to fulfill your own needs, your own nutrition, your own body. It's like the stress took a very significant toll. And on the underlying of the advice after the storm, you know, after the storm, once you let things die down, you will gain clarity, more clarity than you already have. So let it happen. You've gained wisdom. There still may be some illusionary energy, some hidden truths behind it. Let it unfold in its own due time, because you're going to have a greater understanding. Remember, 2 messages that came out in the very beginning, it couldn't have happened any other way. It needed to happen the way that it did. So even if you got your heart absolutely broke, you felt beat up, bruised up, torn down, it's working for you. Again, the second message was everything is for me and not against me. So really putting divine faith and trust in your situations, that if people are exiting your life right now, it's for a good reason. For some of you, it's the need to still grow. Maybe you're not ready to grow yet. For others of you, you've chosen to grow. And in that means taking on a new soul tribe as you move forward. The people that have been a part of the vibrational energy of your past were there for the time that they needed to be. And now it's time to step into a new soul path, a new soul tribe, people that are going to help see you elevate, and you're going to elevate them as well. So guys, this is it for today. I hope it finds you well. If it resonated for you, please hit the like button, hit subscribe. You're going to get notifications each time. Thank each and every one of you for all of your love and support for the channel, and we are back to business as usual. I wish you guys a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you soon. Sending all my love.